see what's on television.
And if the Affordable Care Act gets repealed, they could all lose coverage. Cal Cunningham.
Time for change. A bold new choice for governor, Dan Forest.
For too long, Washington flourished, politicians prospered.
When Joe Biden's president, America is just going to have to keep up.
Enough of that. Need a drink.
Now, to know exactly who is going to be in place for us, we got to be talking about districts. And districts are what divide up our county, what divide up our state to see who is going to represent us. You can go on Google and type in your state, type in a district map, and then find your house, and then it'll tell you what district you're in, both locally and state district, so that you can see who is your representative and who you should be going to hold accountable for laws. Now, here in North Carolina, where I live, districting is a sore subject. At one point, North Carolina had the most gerrymandered district in the world. That's saying that our district was drawn in a way that wasn't representative of the actual population. There were places in our district where it would go down a road for 5 miles just so it can loop in and get this affluent neighborhood into District A instead of District B, when they were literally smack dab in District B. Those things should never happen. Once you've looked at the map and you've seen what district you're in and you know what seats you're voting for, it's time to break that down by branch. So to start off, you have the executive branch. Now, the executive branch, that's where federal, you have your president. On a state level, you have the governor. And on a local level, that's where you have like your city mayor. Now, those people are put into place to execute the laws. They make sure that the laws are executed that the legislative branch puts in place. So some could say that we put a lot of emphasis on these people because they're doing the things, but the legislative offices have a lot more power because they write the laws into place. So when you're looking at the federal level, you got your Congress and your Senate. On the state level, you got your state legislature. So you have a state Congress, a state Senate. And on that local town, level, you have, your town council. Your town council is going to be the ones that you go to. They do city ordinances and things of that nature. So that's where the rubber really meets the road. So we put a lot of emphasis on president, but we need to look at a little bit deeper who we're putting in place to write these laws. Then that way the president can execute them, because the president can't write anything. He can only execute what's already written. So no matter who you got up there, they're really at the mercy of the legislative branch. Now, the third branch, the judicial branch, that is really important as well. That's where your judges come into play. They're the ones that are gonna say, hey, are these laws, fair and just? Is it constitutional for, the laws that the legislature have written? So when you got Supreme Court, they handle that federal stuff. When you have your state courts, if you're worried about your DA, worried about the way people are charged for crimes in your state, the way all that stuff is interpreted, you gotta really concentrate on your state judges.